Yeah, Friday. You have reached episode 13 of the Ranting Weight Watcher. I am your host, Donato Russo. I'm so glad you joined me for the show today. If this is your first time here and you enjoy it, please like, share, comment, subscribe. If the podcast app you're listening to me on allows you to rate the show, please leave a 4-star, 5-star rating, whatever's in your heart to leave. Any rating's appreciated. I think I got a good show planned for you guys today. I hope you enjoy it. Aren't you glad it's Friday? I sure am. And now next week is a short week with the holiday approaching. And we are going to get into it today. I hope you enjoy it. Journey updates. Guys, this is one of those few weeks that you look back on, you go, oh man, remember that week? This was one of those weeks. This week, I lost 4.2 pounds. And I'm still mind blown of the size of this loss for this week. I changed nothing. I kept it all consistent. I made no changes to what I eat, no changes to how I exercise, except for losing 2 days because of school. It's literally the only thing. But you know what? I'm not going to think anything of it. We're just going to take it, because if it wasn't for weeks like this, you would be giving up on the weeks that are nothing like this. So you just got to hope and pray for something like this to happen and put in the work. Obviously, the most important thing is put in the work. And so my total weight loss since the start in January 2019 is 110 pounds. And you know what that means? I reached my goal.
Congratulations!
Yeah, I reached my goal of 110, getting down to 110. Feeling good about that. You know, anytime you set a goal for yourself, it is an awesome thing to achieve it, no matter how small the goal is. It's always an awesome thing. And every time you achieve these goals, you gain more confidence in what you're doing. It's like confirmation that you're doing the right thing for yourself. Because if you never meet a goal, chances are you're going to lose willpower to stay in the game, right? To stay in the fight. And you're just going to quit. So making these small goals in between, number one, it gives you something to look forward to as you approach it. And it is definitely a confidence builder once you achieve it. So my next goal, my distance to 277 pounds. Now, if this is your first time here, one of my goals is to get to 277 because, number one, it is the weight that I was when I first started dating my wife, and I want to get back to it. It's also the lowest weight I achieved from the gastric bypass surgery I had before I started gaining weight back again. If you wanted more details about the beginning of my journey, you can take a listen to episode 1 if you haven't already done so. So now, 8.6 pounds away from 277. That's feeling a lot more attainable now. Now that I'm under 10 pounds away, it is feeling a lot more attainable. I'm feeling good about that. My distance to the next Weight Watchers milestone, which would be the charm for losing 125 pounds, I am 15 pounds away from that. So slowly but surely, we're going to get there. I stopped giving myself deadlines because it's a lot easier to get frustrated when you're not reaching a goal within the time frame that you set for yourself. Even if you think it was realistic at the time, your body's going to drop the weight whenever it chooses to in reality. I learned that last year around this time. Because it's actually this time of year, November, last year. I was approaching Thanksgiving, and I had hit the minus 50 pound mark in August. So in August, I set a goal for myself that the Saturday before Thanksgiving, I would be minus 75 and getting that charm by the Saturday before Thanksgiving. Well, let's just say, needless to say, it didn't go my way. So then quickly I moved it to the weigh-in before Christmas. I gave myself a few weeks and didn't meet that one either. And then I said, okay, the weigh-in before my 1 year anniversary, which would be January 12th, whatever the weigh-in is before that. And I said, by then I'll hit the minus 75 charm. And I didn't get that either. And so I didn't get this minus 75 charm until sometime in February, I believe. I don't have the exact date for you. I should have looked that up. I got to get more prepared when I write these episodes. I got to write all that information on the paper so I have it readily available for you guys. So 15 pounds left to get to 125. And I add a new metric here, my distance to goal. So when I first started, my big goal was I want to lose 200 pounds and then decide from there, look how I look, see how I feel. What was the next step? Whether did I want to start trying to build muscle, or do I want to continue losing more? It all depends, right? So my distance to my goal is 90 pounds. I'm 90 pounds away. I'm on the second half of my journey, and I don't think I could ever have said that in any weight loss plan I have ever been on. Gastric bypass surgery isn't really a weight loss plan, although it did get me closer than I am now. It's just a tool. It's not a weight loss plan. So I am on the back nine of my journey to get to my big goal, and so I can decide from there what I want to do. 90 pounds to go. And every week, when you start thinking on the backwards number, how much more exciting it gets, Because I remember when I hit 100 and I had gone past 100 by like 2 or 3 pounds, whatever it was. I remember saying to myself, wow, 98 pounds to go. And now I'm saying 90 pounds to go. When you start counting backwards toward that goal, man, does it feel good. Man, does it feel good. So we have a holiday approaching in the United States here. Thanksgiving is next Thursday. I'm sure we all have things we can say that we are thankful for. And I'm going to take a moment or two here to tell you a little bit about what I'm thankful for this Thanksgiving. I don't know if I would have gotten as far as I've gotten in my journey without my wife's support. She is definitely the foundation I've built my journey upon. Her ability to find ways to make me eat things I would never, ever, ever attempt to eat. It's amazing. I would never. I mean, last year this time, there was never any vegetables on my plate. And now, every day of the week, there's a vegetable. And it's all because she found some ingredient to make it taste interesting. Something to distract me from the fact that I'm eating a vegetable. It may sound something little, but it's a big deal to me. And without her, there's no way I'm 110 pounds down right now. I may not even be here making these podcasts without this success that she has helped to build. Babe, I love you. I thank you. We have created a wonderful journey together. We have a wonderful family. We have a beautiful daughter. And you are the glue that holds it all together. I love you. We're going to talk a little more about Thanksgiving. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how I handle, because this is my second Thanksgiving on plan at this point. Now, last year, the anxiety level I had approaching this day was astronomical. And if I could do anything, if you have that same anxiety that I had last year, and I could do anything to make you relax and give you some sort of something to hold on to as you approach this day, I'm going to do that right after the break. So we're going to take a break now, and stick with me, and we'll talk about Thanksgiving a little more when we return. Hi everyone, I'm Donato Russo, and I am the Ranting Weight Watcher. I would love it if we can connect on social media. If you're on Facebook and Instagram, look me up at the Ranting Weight Watcher. If you're on Twitter, at the Ranting WW. If you're already on Weight Watchers and you want to connect in the Connect app, search for at Ranting Weight Watcher. If you'd like to email the show, share your successes, share your failures, share your story in general, send me an email at therantingweightwatcher@gmail.com. Most of all, if you're enjoying the show, please like it, share it, comment, and subscribe. Now, back to the show. And we are back. Thanks for sticking with me. So we're talking about Thanksgiving. Now, 2019 Thanksgiving was my first Thanksgiving on plan. And I had handled the previous holidays relatively well. Mainly because I started in January, so I was already past my favorite holidays. And Easter, it's all right. I mean, the food served on Easter is not, I don't like it as much as I like the food served at Christmas or Thanksgiving. And that's just the way I am. I mean, for you guys, it could be different. But, so I didn't struggle on those days. I didn't struggle on the cookout holidays, the Memorial Day, the Labor Day, the July 4th. I didn't struggle on these days. But Thanksgiving came around the corner, and I was filled with anxiety. I remember just dwelling on it constantly. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I don't want to mess everything up. I'm approaching 75 pounds. I don't want to throw it out the door. And finally, I got my head on straight. And I thought, you know what? The only way to deal with this is to come up with a game plan. So the first part of my game plan to deal with Thanksgiving was, okay, I was going to wake up early and I was going to go and put some exercise in. Because I use my fit points. And so on a day where I know it's going to be a heavy eating day like Thanksgiving, I say to myself, okay, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to put in some work, and then if I go over my points, I have all of the fit points I created. But I only use the fit points I create on the day I create them. I don't use them any other day. So in my mind, even though they're still in the app, once that day is over, they're gone, even though it shows me them there. And I went for a long walk Thanksgiving morning, and I pushed good. I remember earning 43 points, 43 fit points that day. So that's in addition to my daily points. So I said, okay, I have my points. I was going to go out and earn my exercise points. That was my game plan, the start of my game plan. And then as we got to Thanksgiving week, I said, okay, next part of my game plan is I'm going to track Thanksgiving Day way before Thanksgiving gets here. I'm going to decide what I want to eat, how much I want to eat of it, and in this way I know how many points it's all going to be. So when I'm going out there to walk, I know in my head I got to be aiming pretty high based on how many points I've allotted. So Monday came, I made my decision. I was going to have how many ounces of turkey, I was going to have a cup of stuffing, and, so on. Sweet potatoes, a little bit of cranberry sauce, so on and so forth. Some of the things we had to enter into the app because the cranberry sauce, I believe, it's a home recipe, so they add stuff to it. Like sometimes they add pineapple to it, and so there's chunks of pineapple in the cranberry sauce, which is phenomenal, just so you know, phenomenal. And so we had to put the recipe in there just to make sure it would be right. Accurate, I should say, not right. Accurate. So, end of the day, Monday, I had my game plan. I knew exactly what food I was going to eat. I knew exactly how much I was going to eat. I knew how many points it would cost. I knew how many points I was my daily amount I was given every day. And so because of all that, I knew how many points I had to go out and earn when I went out for my walk on Thanksgiving morning. At that point, all it was execution. You made a plan. You tracked the plan. Now stick to it. Do what you said you were gonna do. No compromises. No surprises. You knew exactly what you wanted. Do what you said you were gonna do. Bottom line. Okay. This was it. Thursday comes. It's the day. To me, it almost feels like a championship game, right? In my mind, it's all about, okay, I know what I got to do. Woke up real early, got my shorts on, t-shirt, whatever, sneakers on, and I get out the door. And I go put in my walk. And I believe I walked, if I remember correctly, it was somewhere between 5 and 6 miles that day. It was a 2-hour walk. And I came home. Every joint in my body was killing me. but it was all worth it. It was all worth it because I earned the 43 or 44 points that I needed to eat what I wanted to eat. These food items, they aren't exactly healthy. Except for the turkey, none of the other things are healthy food items. And, when it comes to holidays, you don't really compromise. There's these dishes, right? And sometimes you make a substitute in addition to, but, for the majority, it's the traditional holiday items. And I didn't go for any, I'll be honest with you, I didn't go for any Weight Watchers related desserts. I didn't do any of that. I wanted all of the real stuff. I put my exercise in. I earned it. It was one day. Actually, it was one meal on one day. So it came time. It was game time. I put in the work. And now it's time to execute. And the funny thing is, people laugh at us. But, if people take pictures of their Thanksgiving table, they have all of their fine china or whatever is out. All of the plates, all the decorative things or whatever, candles and all this stuff. My wife had all those things sitting out there. But then, and she took a picture of the table, and on one side of the table, there they were. And a few people spotted them right away and laughed at us. But there was the measuring cup, measuring spoons, whatever was required. And this year, I think it's going to be that plus a scale. Because my wife switched to the green plan, and now turkey is not zero for her. So we're going to have the measuring cup, measuring spoons, whatever we need, plus the scale for the turkey. And that's what we did. And everybody made fun of us because we had measuring items on the table for Thanksgiving. I pre-tracked my meal. I measured and weighed when it came time to. I put in my exercise. When it came time for dessert, I did track my dessert. And I had some of my favorite items. I did not stop myself. I found a way to track each item that I ate. And then the next day, I drank water like it was nobody's business. Because a lot of that food is a little more salt than I'm normally used to. And I drank water because the worst thing about Thanksgiving is it's 2 days before weigh-in. So you're sitting here eating very heavy just a couple of days, 48 hours before weigh-in. And usually Thursday and Friday, actually Monday through Friday are clean days. I have my set meals and I execute every week. I allow myself to have a cheat meal on Saturday nights and sometimes Sunday nights too. But for the most part, everything's the same. Breakfast is the same 7 days a week. Lunch is the same 7 days a week. Dinner, the same every Monday, the same every Tuesday, but it's different from Monday, but it's the same every Tuesday, and so on. There's Monday night dinner, Tuesday night dinner, Wednesday night dinner. And a lot of people make fun of that too, but there's no surprises. There's no thinking on my feet. The worst thing you could do if you're trying to be in a healthy lifestyle is be deciding what you're going to eat when you're already hungry. It is the worst thing you can do. You know how they tell you never shop in a grocery store when you're hungry? It's the same idea. You don't decide what's for dinner at dinner when you're hungry. You decide what's for dinner before you put breakfast in your mouth. Do these things and you will be successful. So what will you do? Are you ready for your game plan? Did everything I say just go in one ear and out the other? Are you going to take it to heart and actually give it a shot? Because if Thanksgiving is the championship game, are you going to be ready to win? Or are you going to be destined to lose? It's your choice. Either one is possible. It is your choice. If you think the things I've done last Thanksgiving to prepare myself are crazy, then you know what your destined choice is. If you find my methods a possibility, you also know what you're destined to do. Because I'd rather give it my all to try and control the day. And if I gain at the end of that, that's fine. But if I just let it all go and I gain anyway, the gain is going to be much worse. And it would be for anybody, not just me. When you don't think about it, when you let loose, you know you're going to abuse the situation. And maybe you do. Maybe you abuse the situation and you get right back on the horse. Or maybe you abuse the situation and you discover there's a bunch of food on that table that's triggered for you, and you're going to be eating it for 4 days after the day that you were only supposed to eat it. So the choice is yours. You do whatever you think is best. From my experience, when you see someone that's successful at something you're trying to do, you imitate that person. Now, I'm not telling you to do what I did. I'm saying you could take note for it and make your own game plan. Do whatever it takes to win on Thanksgiving, and you will be successful. I love each and every one of you. God bless you all.